Good morning.
Good morning.
It is a great morning here at the headquarters of ashes2rubies.com
Remember when
podcast live streaming. I feel like I'm looking outside going, I think it's a snow day. Can we cancel today and have a snow day?
Nah, we got stuff to do.
We're adults. We have to push through that. And we have winter tires on our car. Winter tires. I don't think most of the world uses winter tires. I think they just use tires.
Just in winter places.
We have like winter tires.
Do you know that there's a significant portion of the world that has winter?
All season tires, summer tires. I don't know. Is that true?
Yeah. Like right now.
I would say I don't know. I think most of the population of the world would not experience winter tires.
It's not like 5% of the world has winter. Like there's a significant portion of the world that does experience winter.
I wasn't good at, I like geography. I just wasn't.
Well, there is 2 hemispheres.
Very, very smart wording.
So it's not like a whole hemisphere experiences winter, but there's still like winter aspects in.
When I lived in the Asia, we had in the winter, it was called the rainy season. So we had rainy season. I like your useful information that you shared with me this morning about your nose. And your nose picks up changes of smell. It doesn't necessarily smell the same thing all the time. So when you live on a poo farm, you said, you just get used to poo farm smell. And then when you smell a barbecue, you're like, oh. But then if somebody else comes out to the poo farm, they're like, oh, how do you live in this? Very good. Where did you get that? Like, what were you listening to?
That chef yesterday.
The chef. Very good. Yeah, I in our meditation, I just thought of my nose is like addiction. Like it can't smell my own breath. But when I start talking to somebody, they're like, oh my goodness, here's a chiclet, man. I'm the only one, my nose that is that far away from my mouth can't smell my bad breath.
We can't see our own insanity.
We can't even see our own bad breath.
Clearly as other people can.
It's so like, if you just say like, I can't even smell my own bad breath. Like it's right in front of me and you're like 3 feet away going like, I feel like I have bad breath right now. And I probably do. But isn't that funny that we can't even see it? But you can see it in anybody else. Mm-hmm. That is the need for fellowship, my friends. All right, let's get into our... Oh, hi, Katie. Good morning. Good morning. We're going to get into our contemplative meditation where we take an idea of recovery concepts into the world and have God lead us into a greater understanding of that. So today is February the 25th.
Yes, it is.
You know what I just thought of? Because that's like December the 25th is Christmas. And then I thought of Valentine's Day, where we puked on each other and didn't celebrate Valentine's Day. But then I read a article that said, what's next? March 14th is going to be Valentine's Day again.
They're manufacturing a do-over because the restaurants in downtown were closed. And so they want to drum up some business for the restaurants. That's all it is. I am
not going to put you on the pedestal of consumerism.
Valentine's Day is a commercial holiday to begin with.
You're going to be on the pedestal of my heart. And I'm going to raise that pedestal up on March the 14th.
That's a Monday 14th? And we have a meeting.
Oh my goodness. I'm canceling the meeting. Not. Maybe I'll do Valentine's Day for everybody in our meeting.
It's a manufactured holiday just designed for like the retail stores and Hallmark.
I have lots of time to prepare for this. And I'm going to. Feel free to hold me accountable to that and check in with me because I'll probably forget. But right now it seems very important. It might be the coffee kicking in.
This morning we learned,
my hands are sweaty.
Didn't we learn this morning that it's better just to do things, not talk about doing them? In case we don't follow through.
All right, here we go. I will accept the fact that sobriety does not bring complete transformation. Okay, maybe you shouldn't be hearing this. Okay. Because I have you believe that my sobriety has brought a complete transformation. I'm fooling you, but they're onto us. After all, the alcoholic is still basically the same person with the same individuality. The more immediate difference, of course, is that his personality is not distorted by drunkenness. But if sometimes I can help a personality, but if sometimes he is moody and uncommunicative, I will understand that he is having a hard time adjusting to this new way of life. I will not let myself forget how in the past such uneasiness could drive him back to the bottle. I will be grateful for the sobriety. It is the first essential step in restoring us both to a contented normal state, whatever normal is. Today's reminder: when other things now trouble me in our relationship, I will remember how ardently I wished and prayed that the alcoholic might be released from the compulsion to drink. Now that sobriety has been realized, I will be patient with all that disturbs me. No matter what other difficulties interpose themselves between me and my serenity, I will hold on to my faith in ultimate good and God. Quote of the day by the Epistle General of James. Interesting. The trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have the perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. This is a really good reading on love and unity of each other and perseverance and tolerance and patience. Because when I got sober, my solution to life was ripped away, was departed from me, and now I am left with the problem. And so that did not instantly go away. And I am sure that I remember coming in realizing the situation at hand. Like, there is a life happening. And I'm like, I have bills to pay. I have there are kids. And it's like there is no, like, I do not own time. I do not own money. I am just lucky that I'm breathing. And I'm like, I am sure that there is a lot of tension and anxiety and expectations. And I feel for the most part, you were very patient and tolerant with me.
I have a very clear memory
of calling me a name when I was in the bathroom.
No, I think I was sitting right there when the couch was here, and I was sitting right there, and I remember saying, I screamed it, I think.
I remember.
AA is really great and all. How nice that you're sober, but you're still a jerk sauce. I was so mad.
But then I'm realizing when I'm reading this, that codependent behavior just doesn't magically vanish.
No, it does not.
And now I feel sorry for myself that I've had to tolerate it for 15 years. No, I've seen such a drastic change in, like, I think that we're basically the same individual. So the reason we start drinking and getting involved in codependent relationships is because we need to consume each other, and we need each other in a very unhealthy way. So to say alcohol is gone and I'm just the same individual as I was and we'll get back to normal. Like, I was never normal. Like, yeah. You were never normal. That's why we found each other. So now when we have a new solution, which is God, he transforms our personality and we become a whole new, different personality.
Yeah, sometimes that happens and sometimes it doesn't. I mean, how many people do we know where, I mean, it happens a lot in church too. We're like, oh, that's great. You go to church, but like, you're not a very nice person. And I think there's just something in human nature where we are looking for a solution, but we don't necessarily know how or allow that solution to permeate us and to truly be changed. Do I really want to be different?
So how do I be different is by giving up everything that I found normal and having a whole new life. And I think in maybe the worlds that we grew up, we see the hypocrisy in that. Like, so God's not an add-on. Church isn't an add-on. It's a new life. It's a whole new structure and personality and everything within us has to be changed.
And human nature isn't typically naturally humble or naturally generous or naturally kind. Those are characteristics that need to grow and need to actually permeate us. And so there can be an invitation of like, actually, I really want to grow in this area. And I think you really did. That was obvious in the early years of you were pretty consistent. I had to remind myself on a regular basis. Like, I remember I had this like little saying in my head of like, well, at least I know he's coming home. Like again, I might not like it when he gets here because at least he's coming home. And so there was like these little gratitudes that I really needed to focus on. That was really important.
I would have been hard to deal with in my early days because anything that got me excited, I got excited like I would have with alcohol. Like, have you read this? It's the Bible. Oh my goodness. The big book. Oh, and I'm just like so excited and I want to do all these things. And I just I was a little bit hot, I would say. And then we used to do family vacation with my parents. And I remember I can look back on each family vacation. The first one, I was very controlling. I'm going to drive because you guys are old. I had to drive. I had to do
this is when we're going to stop. No, we're not stopping now. No, we're not getting coffee. This is where, no, this is this.
I think you're coming out of your own wounding right now. But yes,
you, my friend,
for sure.
We're controlling
and complaining and critical and all of the things. But this growing is about progression and not perfection. And I really got to see over the course of every year of vacation. At one point, I just said, I don't even want to drive. I think it was year 3 or whatever. I'm like, would you be okay? If I just sat in the back? And
year 3 is being generous.
Okay, year 3 is being generous. We can't smell our own bad breath. So there's that.
But it really was true. And I remember there was, big parts of being sober. So the alcohol has been removed. And now we're trying to deal with kids and school and discipline and, how do we parent and all these different things without the almost like a release of let's just go get drunk. And we persevered.
And so now that we have this understanding, when we are around year 1 and year 2 recovery people and year 3 recovery people, we can look back, because I would say that early recovery people think that they're so recovered. And it's there's some times where we have to be patient and loving and understand that there is a progression and see the love of God in everyone. And so I think even wherever you are and whatever the person is, can I have love and tolerance like people had for me in my early recovery? And you say it's generous in year 3. So anybody watching out there that's not in year 3, maybe
it comes back to
maybe you're better than me, but
it really comes back to I can't smell my own breath.
I can't smell my own breath.
And do I need to be the person walking around disgusted and pointing out everybody else's breath? No, I don't.
And I think that there are
kind and tolerant
people in recovery and people even in church that don't brush their teeth on a regular basis. But that's the beautiful thing about recovery. And if you're reading the Bible properly, this is a daily thing. And my work is actually brushing my teeth so that I can be in communion with God. And if I'm in communion with God on a daily basis, all day long, I can be in communion with you. But this is a game of progress. So let's drop the expectations on the world around us. Let's drop control of our circumstances. And let's respond and not react to the world around us. Amen. Go brush your teeth. And we will see you. Oh, tomorrow. Is it Friday?
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Ashes Rubies. See you tomorrow
if you're in Ottawa.
If you're in the Ottawa, see you tomorrow.